Welcome everyone, and thanks for joining us this afternoon for today's virtual special guest joining Camp Easter Seals. I've invited a friend of mine to write a song about camp with us. Her mission through her music is to inspire her fans and youth to discover their true potential, their greatness, and to see opportunities all around them. She's an inspiration to many, including myself. Her single Trying off her debut album Chasing Lights was featured on an episode of Law & Order SVU. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce my beautiful and talented friend, Rachael Bawn.
Thank you, Cheryl. That's so nice. Hi, everybody. It's so nice to meet you and be here with you today. This is really exciting. I've been looking forward to this ever since Cheryl invited me. I wish we could be in person, but thank goodness for internet in a time like this. So I'm going to start off by singing one of my songs, the one that was on Law & Order. But I thought I'd just share a little bit about myself as an artist. One of my main goals as an artist who writes music and performs is that I want all of my songs to have a positive message and to have a meaning. That's really important to me because when I was young and growing up, I wish that I had mentors and people that were a positive influence that I could look up to. I feel like that would have really helped me as I was growing and figuring out who I am. So now that's one of my main missions as an artist, is to write music that really means something and can speak to everyone, to give you music that you can relate to, that gives you hope and that inspires you and lets you know that you're not alone. And you're not, because look what we're here together in this moment, which is really exciting. So thank you for being here and joining today. So I've done a lot of touring. I've toured a little bit in the US and I've toured pretty much all of Canada. So I've been to almost every province, and that has been so much fun for me to meet different people really across North America. And recently I signed with an American record label, and I got to meet someone who's on the same record label as me and who I loved as an artist growing up, and that's Avril Lavigne. So for me, that was a huge, huge, huge step in my music to feel like here I am meeting people that inspired me, who I really looked up to. And so now for me to try and be that is one of my main goals. So I'm gonna sing a song that I wrote called Trying. And this is a song for me that I guess as I was figuring out who I am, I wanted to encourage myself, because I think a lot of times we're really hard on ourselves. We hold ourselves to a standard, and when we feel like we've messed up, it's really upsetting. And so I wanted to write this song that talks about no matter how many times you mess up, no matter how many times you feel like you haven't done something you wanted to, you can always keep trying. You can always be a better person. You can always be who you want to be. Every day is a new start. So that's what this song is about for me. So, and yeah, recently in this current season of Law & Order SVU, this song was featured. So that was just like a dream come true, and has been really exciting for me to get messages from people all around the world saying, I heard your song on TV and it meant something to them. And for me, that is the goal. That is the dream come true, to make music that means something. So this is Trying. I'm not always the best version of me. Sometimes I fall short, and I'm wrong when I try to do things my way, 'cause I make mistakes. But you love me, though I don't always believe. I'm trying to not get in my own way again, and I'm trying. It's not something that I can pretend. God knows I'm trying, and that's all I can do. The only place I find strength is you. And I disappoint myself when I I'm trying to please others, and there are those days when I'm insecure, but you tell me to shine, shine, and you love me, though I don't always believe. I'm trying to not get in my own way again, and I'm trying. It's not something that I can pretend. God knows I'm trying, and that's all I can do. The only place I find strength is you. Through my imperfection, my doubt and my pain, you take all the ugly and throw it away. I'm growing, I'm changing, but you stay the same. You know who I am, and you love me that way. And I'm trying to not get in my own way again, and I'm trying. It's not something that I can pretend. God knows I'm trying, and that's all I can do. The only place I find strength is you. And that's it. That's my song, Trying. So,
Wow, that was really great, Cheryl. Thank you. Or, Rachel, sorry, I'm looking at Cheryl.
no problem. Thank you. So thank you guys all for listening. It's exciting. So I think now we might do some Q&A. If you guys have questions, I'm told you can write it in the chat, and then I can answer those. It can be about music. It can be about songwriting. It can be about anything you want to ask.
Awesome. So also, if you'd like to ask Rachel a question, you can also put up your hand on Zoom or use one of the reactions here. This, we got this one too. And then we'll call on you and you can unmute yourself. So we know Casey's put a question here in the chat.
Oh, perfect.
It says, what advice would you give to someone who maybe wants to write a song but can't come up with any ideas?
That's a good question. Sometimes I also get stuck for ideas, or I sit down to write a song and I feel like nothing is coming. And I find that the best thing to do is, if you can't sit down and have anything come to mind, just take a break. Go do something where your mind's not thinking about it. I also write down a lot of ideas. If I'm listening to a song or watching a movie or having a conversation with somebody and I feel inspired by something that I heard or something that was said, I like to write it down in my phone, in my notes, whether it's one word, whether it's a phrase, whether it's a guitar piece, and then I'll go back to it later and think about, what does this mean? What do I want to say about this? And then I'll sit down and try to flesh out the idea from there. But a lot of times it's hard for me to sit down and just say, I'm going to write a song. I'm going to come up with something right here on the spot. So I often will look at my notes and be like, what word or phrase is standing out to me today? What do I feel like I want to write about? And if I don't have an experience in that particular thing, I try to think about someone else I know or a movie I saw or something that was about that idea and draw from that. And the thing with songwriting is that there doesn't have to be a specific formula. It's art, so it can be whatever form you want. It doesn't have to rhyme. It doesn't have to have structure like all the songs you hear on the radio. Music can be whatever you want, and your song is yours. So you don't have to make it sound a certain way. But often I draw on life experience. And so those things that really mean something to you, something you feel like you have to offer because of something you've been through, if you put that in a song form and it means something to you, then that's really all you need.
Wow, amazing. All right, Arda, I saw that you put your hand up there. Did you want to ask a question? You can unmute yourself.
What's the songwriting process like for you?
Hi, Ara. Thank you for the question. It's kind of different every time. I when I was really young, I used to just write by myself in my room, and I had a little voice recorder that I would sing into. Um, and then I started writing with other people, and I found that that really brought out ideas and different melodies and things that I couldn't have come up with on my own. So writing with people kind of changes the process too. So sometimes if I'm alone, I'll be in my room or wherever with my guitar, writing the song. Sometimes in the past, I've had a producer send me a song, like just the melody and the track, the music, and I'll write lyrics over top of it and melodies. Or sometimes when I'm with people, they're playing guitar or we're building the song together and we're bouncing ideas off of one another. So the process is kind of always different. And I think that's one of the things about fresh writing, that songwriting that keeps it fresh, is that the process is a little bit different every time. And so that helps keep things flowing and moving and keeps inspiration coming.
A really interesting way to think of it, actually. That's really cool. All right, so let's see, what other questions? We have a question from Gabby we'll go to on the chat next. And her question is, what made you want to become a singer-songwriter?
Oh my goodness. I don't really have an answer to this question because my mom says that ever since I was 2 years old, I said I wanted to be a singer as soon as I was talking. So I honestly don't remember not wanting to be a singer. I think it's one of those things that I was just born to do because I've always wanted to do it before I even have memories. But I will say that growing up, I love Disney so much, and I watched all the Disney princess movies, and I would sing those songs like A Whole New World and Colors of the Wind, and I loved those songs. So I feel like those kind of helped inspire me to want to be a singer as well. So it's different things growing up, but honestly, I don't have memories of not wanting to be a singer. That's how young I was.
Wow, that's so nice that it kind of comes naturally. So wonderful. Sarah has something very similar. When were you interested in getting into writing songs?
Ooh, okay. That's so interesting because I was 13 when I started writing. I thought up until then, I'll just be a singer, like Celine Dion or somebody. And I didn't have an interest in writing songs. I didn't really think about it. I do remember when I was really young, I wrote a song about my little baby cousin who was just born. I was maybe 9. But I didn't really think about songwriting until I was 13. And it's because I heard on the radio an artist that I really liked started writing at 13. And I was like, I'm 13. If I want to be like them, so I better start right now. So I started writing songs, and they weren't good. Honestly, they weren't good. But it's like working a muscle. The more you do it, the better you get at it.
That's really cool, actually. I like that. And it's also interesting to hear that you were inspired by someone on the radio like that. And you're like,
Yeah.
13, let's go. Like, that's amazing to think about how that happened. All right. Robert, did you have your hand up earlier? Yeah, did you want to unmute yourself and ask the question?
I don't. Give me 1 second. Can you come back? I'm thinking.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So let's go back to the chat there. All right. So we have one from Leo. Who are your inspirations and role models?
One of my biggest inspirations right now is Tori Kelly. I don't know if you guys have heard of her, but she, I think right now, is one of the best singers out there, one of the best vocalists. And a lot of her songs also have a positive message. I like Alessia Cara for that reason too, because her songs have a really cool message about being who you are, not giving into society and what everyone else is doing. But when I was really young, my inspirations were Mariah Carey, Celine Dion, Christina Aguilera, because they were amazing singers. And so I would listen to their songs and try to do everything they did. I hit every high note, every run. So I have some different inspirations for songwriting too. I think Taylor Swift is a really great songwriter because she's so great at telling stories. So there's certain people that I look at and I think, oh, I like you for your songwriting ability. I like you for your vocal abilities. I think you're a great live performer. So I'm inspired by so many different artists for so many different reasons.
Awesome. I appreciate how you acknowledge that there's such a variety too, right? And everybody does something a little bit different that you can admire. All right, do we have any more questions? You can put your hand up. Let's see. Stuart, do you have your hand up? You can unmute yourself and ask a question. Let's see. Maybe. Somebody there to help you unmute yourself, Stuart? Perfect.
There you go.
You talk now? What was your question? You just want to say hi to everybody? All right, wave your hand. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey. Hi, Stuart.
Hi, Stuart.
Hi, Stuart. It's really nice to meet you.
Awesome.
Thanks for saying hi.
Leo has a request in the chat. If you could sing A Whole New World or Speechless. I don't know if you want to do that right now.
Maybe at the end I could sing A Whole New World. I love that song.
Yeah.
Love to. Oh
Lots of requests.
I'm still a Disney fan. I'm excited.
Lots of Disney fans here.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite type of music or type of song that you like to sing, Rachel?
I really like songs where you like Celine Dion, where you really have to sing and there's a lot of big notes and long notes. Those are the most fun for me to sing as a singer. And I did vocal lessons for years and years, just trying to be able to do all those things that those people can do. But I also really like singing country songs. My vocal coach always tells me I sound country, but I've never really wanted to be a country artist. So that's always been funny to me. But I think pop mostly, just because I love singing songs that everybody knows and that they want to sing along to and be a part of. So I think those are the most fun for me to perform.
Oh, that's great. Music is definitely very interactive, so there's that huge component there.
Yeah, that's what's fun about it.
Ooh, I have a question. All right, so my question is, so you had actually told us, and this might be interesting for the campers here, that you went to summer camp when you were younger. So I was just kind of wondering, what was your favorite thing about summer camp and what did you love about going to summer camp?
Yeah, I started going to camp when I was 15. So we had the 2 weeks in the summer, but we also did retreats, 2 retreats throughout the year, as well as a volleyball tournament. So I looked forward to those so much because not only did I learn so much at camp and make friends who are still some of my best friends to this day, so there was that community aspect, but one of my favorite things was that when I was 15, I made a lot of poor choices and I didn't have the best friends and they really influenced me, not in the best ways. But when I was at camp, I felt like they were the best people in the world and they made me want to be better. They made me want to make better choices. And it really made me figure out who I am and what kind of person I want to be. Because that camp, I swear it changed my life. And I just felt like I could be myself and I felt like I didn't have to try to fit in. I could just be my unique self and that was enough. So what I got out of camp was it's a safe place and it feels like home. And I didn't necessarily feel that at home with my friends or at school. So camp was just a safe place for me.
That's awesome. And I think a lot of the campers, and myself included, feel the same way, that it's just a place where you can be yourself and make friends and just be happy, essentially.
Yeah, there's such a joy when you're with people who are, you know, kind of going through the same thing and figuring out who they are and who they want to be, but you can just be yourselves together. And there's just such a sense of freedom in that. Like, you don't have to try to be somebody. And camp is a beautiful thing for helping you be able to have fun, but at the same time explore who you are.
So true. Thank you for sharing that with your experience. Lucas, I see you got your hand up there. Want to unmute yourself?
Yeah, I have a question that I apologize that I missed the very beginning of the video sessions, but if you mentioned it, that do you sing primarily by yourself, or do you sing also in a group of people, like to get your music songs recorded and stuff like that, like other like singers or musicians or something like that?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And we actually didn't talk about that. So thank you for bringing that up. I often will sing just with myself and guitar if it's a smaller event, but sometimes I do perform with a band. So drums, bass, keyboard, different things. But then in the studio, it's often the producer who does the music. Some of the producers I work with, they play multiple instruments as well as do the production. So often they'll play the guitar, the drums, the bass. So it depends on the event or recording or what I'm doing. So sometimes I'll sing by myself, but sometimes I will have a band with me, which is always fun because it gives me people to perform with, and I can have fun with them on stage, and it's different than just singing by myself. So that's a great question. Thank you.
No worries.
All right, Robert, I think I saw your hand up there.
I have 3 questions for you.
Great.
The first one is, how long have you been on music for, like music auto?
I started recording, I think, probably 12 years ago now. I've been performing my whole life. My first performance, I was 4 years old, but I didn't really start recording until I graduated high school and I moved to the city so that I could pursue music. So it's been about 12 years.
Wow. Another one is, how long have you played with a band? Like, say if you, like you said the first time when Lucas said it, how did you know if you were with a band or something?
How to get into the band?
Yeah.
How to get into the band?
How do you get into the band?
There is musicians you can just hire for specific events, or if you're doing a tour. So when I did a US tour for 5 weeks, I had the same band. So we just found the musicians and hired them, and they stayed with me for those 5 weeks. But I do have some friends that I will just play with and ask, hey, can you help me out? I have this event, and I need a 3 or a 5-piece band. So depends on the event. But I've been performing with bands for probably 10 years or so.
Wow.
And who's your favorite? What's her name? Taylor Swift. I like you said, the first song. I like how she had, like, how she sings, like, yeah, thank you, Mom. How to sing properly. And I like different songs like that. Like, I have a few that I know and some that I don't know. And yeah.
Yeah, I love Taylor Swift too. I've seen her. I think I've seen her concert twice,
Oh.
and she's really fun to watch. Lots of dancers and a big band. It's a pretty fun show, and I love her storytelling in her songwriting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome question.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Thanks for those questions.
All right. Anybody else have a question? You can put your hand up or put it into the chat.
You have another question there, Casey? You can unmute yourself.
Yes, my question is, I know you said that sometimes like your producer will play guitar or other people. Do you have a preference like in a song, whether you play guitar or not, or do you not have a preference, or do you just like to sing sometimes?
Well, the recording process is interesting because often when I'm in the studio, so I've been working on some new music, so I've been in a few times recently now that things are loosening up with COVID. And the producer will be in the room together, and he'll start building the track, and he'll play guitar, and then I'll go in the recording booth and I'll sing over top of what he made. But sometimes when we're just songwriting, I'll play guitar. And I will play when I'm singing live, but sometimes I prefer not to, because then I feel stuck behind a guitar sometimes, and I like to get out and move around and sometimes go down to the audience. So I sometimes prefer not to play guitar. And then it's true, I can just focus on singing, which sometimes it's a lot easier when I don't have to do so many things at once.
Thank you.
Thank you, Casey. It's a good question.
You spoke a lot about your guitar playing. Do you play any other instruments?
I barely call myself a guitar player. I can get by. I'm not amazing. It's something I want to work on, and I have been working on. But I took piano when I was a kid, and I quit, and I wish my mom had forced me to stay in, because I wish I could play piano now, but I really don't. And I could probably pick it up pretty easily, and I keep saying I'm going to, but I've just been lazy and procrastinating. So mostly just guitar.
Awesome.
That's cool. Did you have a question there, Ashley? Did you have your hand up? Did you want to unmute yourself and ask? Perfect.
I was just saying you have a good voice.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Something I work really hard at, so I appreciate you saying that.
Kind of enjoy the music, so it's a good thing that you're in a band.
Good, thank you. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
All right, we have a few questions in the chat. Leah would like to know, who is your favorite Disney character, prince or princess?
Oh, I don't know if I have a favorite. I really love Ariel, and I love Belle because she reads and I love to read. And I like Anna because she's silly and fun. So I would say those are probably my top three. It's very hard for me to choose.
All right, Lucas had another question here. When you went to camp, did you have a favorite program or activity?
I learned to water ski at camp. So that was something that I never had the opportunity to do before. And it was on a lake, and they had a boat. So we were able to water ski. So that's something that I love to do now. But also we had music time. So that was always my favorite, because once I stopped being a camper, I became a staff member, and then I got to be a part of the music, which was my favorite.
I love that. It's always fun. Those are always the cool things that you get to do at camp that you might not get to do at home.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Any more questions from us? Let's see.
Were there any that we missed on the chat that we should go over there? Let's see. It's good.
All right. It looks like that's all the questions we have right now. But if you guys have other questions, you can just put them into the chat or save them, and we'll come back at the end if we have time to ask some more questions.
Yeah. So I was hoping we could write a song together if you guys are up for it. So I was hoping, awesome, I see the thumbs up. Awesome, that's so good. So I was hoping that we could write a song about camp and what we love about it. So some of the things I was saying earlier, that I loved that camp felt like home, and that it was a safe place, and that it was fun, and that's where I met some really great friends. So I was wondering if you guys had any ideas for a song, any words that you wanted to say about camp, how camp makes you feel, and you can maybe write those in the chat, and then we can incorporate them into a song.
Sounds like super fun. Right, so words or things that you love at camp. Gabby says happy. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing that you said that I think is a really good thing is just being able to make lots of friends at camp and make lots of really good connections. So I think that'd be a good thing to add to the song.
Yeah.
Stuart says swimming.
And all
That's a real
too.
camp activity. Arts and crafts.
Yeah, lots of fun activities. Not stared at because I'm different at camp. Yeah.
Great, Casey. Sledge hockey, Sarah, that's a good one. Sledge
Cool.
hockey is always great. So all the activities at camp. Ashley, do you have one?
Pottery.
Pottery.
Good.
That's another great one. How about, how does camp make you feel? So some emotions. So happy.
Excited.
Yep.
Welcoming, that's a really good one.
Those are really great.
Inclusive is
Yeah.
also a really good one.
Good answers.
Like Gabby likes the nature. I like that one. It's a good one.
Feel like I belong. Belonging is a great one.
Yes. I love that feeling.
Free. Ooh, that's a good one, Stuart. Yeah.
Word, Stuart. I love that.
Wow, there's so many great things about camp.
Okay. These are really great. Thank you guys for contributing some of your words and feelings. So when I'm writing a song, I'll think about what I want to say in the verse. So typically the structure, if I want to write a song that has structure, is verse, chorus, which is the part you always come back to and that's very familiar. So you have verse, chorus, verse, and then the bridge, which is a little bit different than the rest of the song, but it's kind of the part where you drive your point home or your message of the song home. And then you come back to the chorus, that familiar piece. So I was thinking that in the verses, we could talk about some of those words, like, so feel like you belong, equality is also a really good one, calming, exciting. So we can talk about those feelings, about how camp makes us feel. And then I think because it keeps coming up as sort of a reoccurring theme is that maybe in the chorus, we can talk about how you can be who you are. You don't have to be someone you're not, and you can just feel like you belong. And so you can be yourself. And then we can maybe get to the bridge. So I wrote down some ideas, and funny enough, I said a lot of the same words. So this is perfect. I feel like we're all on the same wavelength. It's like meant to be for us to collaborate today. So let's see. I'm gonna pull up my guitar here and just do some simple chords. Use my capo. This is a capo. If you play guitar or see someone playing guitar and they have this right up here on the neck, that helps bring the sound of the guitar a little bit higher and changes the key. So you can play with the same chords, but then it sounds a little bit higher, which is good. So just gonna read over these words again. Feeling important, accepted. Oh, that's so important in life, isn't it? Feel like I belong, inclusive. Okay, I love these. These are really, really amazing. Vaccine, oh goodness.
Leo.
Leo, are you being funny? A little bit of a jokester, maybe. All right, so here is an idea I have so far, and you guys can tell me what you think, okay? So maybe I'll sing it, and then I'll tell you what the words are. I can even write them in the chat. So I'm going to use some of the words you guys said. I'm fighting a battle. I'm going to make it a little bit quicker, I think. I'm fighting a battle, but here I feel strong. Comrades beside me, I know I belong. I can be who I am. I learned to believe in myself and my friends, 'cause there's no I in we. Something like that. So I'm gonna write the words in the chat. I might work on the melody a little bit to make it better, but you know, we're just in the writing process, so it's okay that it's not perfect yet. So let me write these lyrics here and see what you guys think.
I like it.
Okay. Right? Oh, whoops. Never mind. Forget that. I pressed enter by accident. Whoopsie.
From what you were saying, it sounds like the songwriting process definitely involves a lot of give and take. Sometimes it's not perfect. You got to move it around a little bit. I think it's good. Yeah.
And sometimes we'll go back to something the next day and be like, oh, what was I thinking? I don't like that at all. or I'll tweak words, I'll tweak melodies, I'll change things here and there. So that's the first verse. So I'm fighting a battle, but here I feel strong with my comrades beside me, because we're talking about friends and the people you meet at camp. I know I belong. What do you guys think about that?
Thumbs up. Oh, we got some thumbs up.
Yay!
Liking it. I like it.
Okay, so then the next part that I sang, and if you have any ideas or you see something you want to tweak, please let me know. Can be who I am. I learned to believe in myself and my friends. There's no I in we. Okay, so potentially we have a first verse if everyone's happy with it. If you like it and we can move on to the chorus, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, okay. Awesome. This is fun.
Thumbs up there. Great.
Woohoo. So then in between the verse and the chorus, there's often a pre-chorus. So the pre-chorus is the thing that sort of fits the verse and the chorus together. So there's not just a really big jump all of a sudden. It's kind of that transition. So I had another idea because of some words you guys said. So I want to say something about feeling free. That was one of the ideas. So I'll write this. In this place I am free. Another word you said, I'm accepted and loved. I know I'm not alone. It's in, maybe this is a weird line, but I'll explain it. And if you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. So I want to say, in this place I am free, I'm accepted and loved. I know I'm not alone. It's in my heart, in my blood. And for me, that last line, in my heart and my blood, just means that camp memories stay with you forever. And it becomes a part of who you are. It helps shape you, and you could figure out who you are because you felt free. Does that make sense?
Thumbs
Yay,
up.
no thumbs down. All right. It's always sometimes nerve-wracking to share your ideas because you don't want to feel silly or have someone not like it, but so far so good. All right, so that'll be the pre-chorus then. And we can start to bring the melody up a little bit. So, in this place I am free, I'm accepted and loved. I know I'm not alone. It's in my heart, in my blood. Something like that. That leads into a chorus. So what could we say in the chorus?
For those who have just joined us, we're just in our songwriting process. So if you have any ideas about things you want to include, you put them in the chat.
We're writing a song about how camp makes us feel. And so far we've talked about how, we've talked about our friends, we've talked about feeling like we belong, learning to believe in ourselves, and I'm just realizing some of my typos, so just ignore those. And then maybe in the chorus, we could just have a line that repeats a little bit so that it's very catchy and stays in your mind and it's not too many words. So maybe, in this place I am free, I'm accepted and loved. I know I'm not alone. It's in my heart, in my blood. 'Cause I don't have to be somebody, someone I'm not. I don't gotta be somebody, somebody I'm not. I don't gotta be nobody, no, nobody but me. That's what they taught me. And then back into the verse. What do you think? Is it okay?
Thumbs up there. That's good.
Okay.
I like that.
Something like that. It's easy to have those repeating lines because it kind of simplifies the song. And I love to write. I think simplicity in music is one of the most beautiful things because it's easier to understand, and I like lyrics that are a little more conversational and that people can relate to. So I'm all about simplicity, and sometimes having a repeating line that's very simple makes something very catchy. What did I sing? I don't have to be somebody. And this is a work in process. I may fine tune these things and then change things here and there. But so far, this is what we'll go with. Somebody. So we sing that a couple times, and then we say, I don't. Nobody but me. And that's what they taught me. And I think that's what they taught me. They can be camp. It can be your friends that you met there. All right. So this is really good progress. You guys are easy to work with. All right. So then we go back to the verse, which is where we're talking about how how camp makes us feel. So sometimes we can cut a verse in half because the first one we kind of have two sections of the verse, and we could do 2 sections or we could just cut it down to 1 for time's sake as well, which sometimes I do. But then we'll go back to the chorus, which we already have, and then a bridge.
Okay.
Okay, so verse 2. Just thinking, inclusive, equality, exciting, calming. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's see.
You guys came up with such great ideas.
Yeah.
It makes songwriting so easily when we have so many great ideas to put in it.
Making
We've
it
got some good songwriters.
I'm thinking of saying something like, no man is an island. We can ask for help. We can be there for others, kind of thing. And this line might be silly or it might be really good. So you can let me know what you think. But I was sometimes like having a kind of cutesy, funny line is fun. So maybe like, no man is an island. We can ask for help. We can be there for others. Hold them up like a belt. Is that silly or is that cute?
Okay.
Okay. Because you can tell me. Don't understand it. Oh, because when you're there for somebody else and you feel like you're helping to hold them up, you're like a belt that you wear in your pants. Because your pants are held up by a belt sometimes. So maybe it's not good. I don't know. Well, we can see how it sings. Sometimes I try something out and see how it sings, and then if it feels good, I'll keep it. If it doesn't feel good, then I might move on and leave that idea behind. No man is an island. We can ask for help. We can be there for others. Hold them up like a belt. What do you think? Does it feel good or does it feel not good? Yeah? Okay, cool. Let's stick with it then. So then from there we could go back to the pre-chorus or we could continue. Let me see what other, I want to go back to the words you guys wrote.
I think a good one's adventure. I like that too.
Yeah, I really like adventures. Okay, let me see. Adventures. Maybe like we go on adventures. We can make believe. No, we've already used believe. Sometimes I try not to use the same word twice. And we already said believe up in the first verse somewhere. So go on adventures. Other things did you say? Adventures, happy, nature. Oh, nature. Go on adventures. Can explore the woods, maybe. Woods. What rhymes with woods? Go on adventures, explore the woods. We can. Go on adventures, explore the woods. Explore. We can explore together. Woods. What rhymes with woods? Woods, woods.
Anybody have
Sometimes I Google rhymes sometimes. You guys have any ideas for what rhymes with woods? It doesn't have to exactly rhyme. It can be what we call a loose rhyme where it sounds close enough. You go on adventures, explore the woods.
unmute yourself if you can think of a word that rhymes with wood.
Or you can write it in the chat. Go on adventures, explore the woods.
How about buds?
Buds. Buds is a good one. Like all your buds, like your friends.
Yep.
Goods.
It's a loose rhyme.
Good. That's a good one in the chat there.
Shoulds, hoods. Yeah, these all definitely rhyme. Explore the words.
Ashley, do you have one?
Could.
Would camp rhyme or what?
Would camp rhyme with woods?
Yeah,
Would,
would.
camp, maybe not as much.
But it's a good idea though.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go on adventures, explore.
Or stick.
I'll have to see.
Or sticks.
Sticks.
Did you find sticks in the woods? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Explore the woods. We can. Have fun together.
Could is a good one. Jonathan submitted.
I like could. Go on adventures, we explore the woods, we can have fun together. We could. Anything we could.
Any way we could, or something like that. I don't know.
It's good. No, it's good. See this, I know, isn't it so nerve-wracking to share your ideas and then you just like wait and it's so like scary, but it's good. Thank you for your bravery. On adventures, explore the woods together. Like it's something, anything we could. We can go on adventures, explore the woods. We can have fun together. We could, or maybe should. Maybe don't. I'm gonna think about it. We can always come back to that line later. So that's pretty good. So once we get that line, which I'll go back to, then we are back into the pre-chorus and chorus, which we already have written. And then all we need is a bridge. So this has gone really quickly.
Future songwriters in here.
Yeah. Grammy Awards, here we come. So let's try this verse. Okay. No man is an island, ask for help. That's not it. No man is an island, he can ask for help. We can be there for others, hold them up like good belts. We can go on adventures and explore the woods. We can have fun together. Should. Perfect. And then, in this place I am free. I'm accepted and loved. I'm not alone. It's in my heart and my blood. 'Cause I don't gotta be nobody. Buddy, I'm not. I don't have to be somebody. Somebody I'm not. I don't gotta be nobody. Nobody but me. Might have messed that up. That's what they taught me. What they taught me. So then we need a bridge, which we could say something like, Like maybe like where friends become family, or where friends become family. Maybe where no becomes yes, where we grow together. Yes. Where we know we're blessed or something like that. Be pretty simple. Let me try this. Where friends become family, when no friends become family, when no becomes yes, where we grow together and we know we're blessed. And then back to the chorus. 'Cause I don't have to be somebody I'm not. I don't have to be nobody I'm not. Something like that. So we pretty much have a whole song. You like it so far? Okay, good. Thank you, Stuart. Perfect. So I think we have a whole song. So I'm wondering if what I'll do is record a video, put it on Instagram, and then that way it's out there for everybody to hear. What do you think? And then I can go over the lyrics a little bit and see if we're happy with everything, if I want to make some tweaks here and there just so things fit a little better or sound a little better, and then I can solidify the melodies, and then I could record a video for Instagram. What do you guys think? Yay!
Great.
That sounds fun.
Elliot agrees too.
I can do that today, actually, and then post it because I have some time. So you guys made that so easy because you gave me such good words, and we all love camp, and we can all relate to that. It was so fun, and I can't believe how quickly that came together. So thank you guys for your ideas and for telling me if you liked my ideas or not. So that's the songwriting process. It's really fun. It's where sometimes you say, hey, do you think this works or not? And then if not, you try something else. And if it does work, then you're like, great, we can move on. So that was really quick. And sometimes I can write a song really quickly, and sometimes it takes me 3 days. So this was great.
Yeah, that's amazing. I just wanted to say, like, on behalf of all the campers and everyone from Easter Seals, just thank you so much, Rachel, for taking the time to share your music with us and share your story, and I think really inspire a lot of us just to, become, make little songs ourselves and become even songwriters, some of us, I'm sure, because, we've had some great ideas, and I can tell there's some future songwriters in here, definitely. Yeah, so just thanks again for taking the time to answer questions and for making an amazing song with us.
Thank you. I'm excited to record this and put it on Instagram and say that I worked with some awesome songwriters.
Yeah. Does anybody have any last minute questions? We just have a few more minutes about the process. Give everybody a chance to, any questions that were lingering from our question and answer period?
Maybe not. I could, do we have time to sing A Whole New World?
Yeah, Lucas, do you want to ask your question and then we'll sing?
Quickly, Rachel, I was wondering, did you say that you play on a guitar a lot, on your guitar that you're playing right now?
Actually.
Do you get a lot of callus in your fingers with the playing? Like, cause I don't play guitar, but is it because you're rubbing against the string a lot? So it's like, does it hurt at all, or?
Sometimes it does, because when you first start, you have to build up those calluses. So I actually haven't played for a while, so I don't know if you can see, but there's like string marks in the tips of my fingers, and I have to build up those calluses. If I don't play for a while, they peel off, and I have to build them up again. So you have to really like keep up your guitar playing, or else your calluses go away. So it's a funny thing, and sometimes it is a little bit painful, like it stings a little bit, but it's worth it.
Do you get any cuts in your fingertips if you don't have callus?
I've never had any cuts. What happens is the lines just stay there for a little while. My fingertips get a little bit red and swollen and kind of feel hot. because I was pressing the strings into them for so long. And the strings are pretty thin. So I haven't actually cut my fingers, but they do stay a little bit sore for a day or two until I build up my calluses again. But this is
for the
guitar.
clarification.
Yeah, thank you for asking.
Thank you.
This is the guitar that I learned how to play on. And a cool story about this is that it's my dad bought this for me when I first started to learn guitar, and he passed away from cancer a few years ago. So this guitar is very special for me.
Wow. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Any more questions before we sing A Whole New World?
Robert, you have your hand up.
I'm having.
There you
Thank
go.
you very much for all the take your time from doing, and I had all the time like singing guitars and doing that. So thank you very much for taking your time.
You're so welcome. I really appreciate that you guys even joined the Zoom call today and wanted to be a part of writing the song. So I feel privileged, and I wish that we were in person and we could do hugs and pictures, but we'll have to settle for this, and then maybe in the future we can do that.
Awesome. All right, are we ready to sing some Disney?
So I'm just gonna look up the lyrics. I'm out of the screen. Can you still see me? I don't know how this works.
No, we can see you.
Okay, so let me just look up the guitar chords.
Be a perfect way to end our afternoon. Look at that.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. This is so exciting. I love Disney so much, so I'm really happy that you requested a Disney song. So, did you guys see the new Aladdin with the live actors? I liked it. It was really good. Really, really good. All right, here we go. Whole New World acoustic. Perfect. Or not. Let's look at a different one. Let's try this one. Okay. Oh, what is this? I don't know how to read tabs. Okay. Third time's a charm. Everyone cross your fingers. Perfect. Found one. Okay. So let's just see how this key is. Might transpose this a little bit. All right. Yes, okay, here we go. So feel free to sing along. It's a little bit low. I'm gonna try up here. All right, for real this time. That feels better. Okay. I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming. A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you. Scroll. And unbelievable sights, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming. A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you. And then I think we'll end it there. You know what? Let's sing the chorus one more time just for fun. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming. A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you. Yay! That was fun.
Thank you so much, Rachel. That was lots of fun. A great way to end our afternoon. Thank you everyone for coming. Lots of fun.
So fun. Thank you. Oh yes, my Instagram. Let me type it in for you. And then when I post the video, you guys can see it at Rachael Bawn. My first name's spelled a little bit funny. It's Rachael. There's an extra A in there.
Perfect.
And then we can connect on Instagram. So that's exciting. Thank you guys for being a part of this today and for even having me. So I feel like this is the highlight of my whole weekend, and I can't wait to do this video and post it.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a good day.